Thank you so much. stairs on the other side.
Oh, thank you.
Alaura, you're over here.
Wrong side, sorry.
So, how is everybody? Right in the front row. Like it.
We would like to welcome everyone here in attendance and watching online to today's press conference to introduce App State's new women's basketball head coach. After an introduction from Director of Athletics Doug Gillen, our new head coach will speak, and then we'll take questions from media members. Now please welcome Director of Athletics Doug Gillen.
Thank you. What a crowd today. It's a great day to be a Mountaineer like every day. And it's a great day for App State women's basketball. So once again, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks everybody for joining online. Super excited that we finally are here today. It's been a couple-week process. I'd be remiss if I didn't at this time thank Angel Elderkin for everything she did for App State women's basketball in my time here. Angel was, thank you. Angel was one of the coaches that was here when I was here, when I first got here, and we had a lot of good times together. So anyways, I wanted to also special thanks to Jonathan Reeder, Erica Chung for chairing the process that got us here today. Just to give you a little bit about the process, when we were about 2 weeks out, it took about 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago Monday, when we started this process, and we made sure that we really did a national search across the board. Certainly would like to thank our student athletes that helped us along the way in the process, so thank you very much. But we took input from a lot of different people and really developed our candidate profile, and like we always do here at Appalachian, we really started with our core values and what we were really looking for. And first and foremost, that was academic integrity. Somebody that is going to come in here and recruit student athletes that can compete in the classroom first and foremost and get their degree. We always talk about we win when our student athletes walk across the stage and get their degree and shake the chancellor's hand. That's when we win as an athletic department. Secondly, we want social responsibility. We want to continue to be an engagement and pride point for this great university. And so we wanted a coach that really understood that the recruits and folks that we bring into our program are representing something way bigger than themselves, just like all of us. We're representing this great university, which is way bigger than us. Thirdly, we want to win, like competitive excellence, and we talk about it all the time. Certainly, we wanted and we interviewed and talked to a lot of folks, but all we talked to were winners. That's what we wanted to bring to Appalachian. Continue to have folks in here that really, really want to win. We also wanted to find a leader of young women. Not just on the court, but we wanted somebody that would come in and develop our young women on and off the court. And so that's certainly what we were looking for as well. From a recruiting standpoint, we know that we're in this to win the Sun Belt Conference and play in the NCAA tournament. That's why we're here. We have to recruit the talent to do that, so we wanted somebody that could recruit that type of talent. In addition, everybody knows fundraising is part of the game. We need somebody that continues and gets the fundraising piece as well. That's really, really important in today's day and age in college athletics. And certainly, lastly, we wanted somebody that really fit and wanted to be at Appalachian, right? You want somebody that just doesn't see this as some place that they're just going to stop, but they're going to be here a long, long time. And somebody that fits us. And lastly, for me, somebody that we really enjoy being around. We're around each other a lot of the time in college athletics in various different settings. And so with that, we wanted to make sure that we had somebody that really fit our culture, that fit the mountain culture. And it's the people that make the place. We always talk about that. So we wanted to continue to recruit great people up here to the high country. And we did. So we are super excited after all of that, and it was a lengthy process, but we found somebody that literally checks those 8 or 9 boxes that I just gave you. And I could not be more excited today than to announce to you all the next head coach of App State women's basketball, Alaura Sharp.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. What a great day to be a Mountaineer. And trust me, I understand the responsibility that comes with being your women's basketball coach, and I'm so honored. There's only 8 other people that have led this program, and I just could not be more excited. And I think I need to be pinched because it honestly feels like a dream. It is the opportunity of a lifetime for me and for our players that are here today. I told Doug at the end of the interview, the last thing I said to him was, I need someone to take a chance on me and I won't let him down. And I'm here today and I'm so excited to say that. One thing you got to know is in my life, I've always said that it's the people that make a place. And, success has came with me surrounding myself with the right people. And they say there's something special up on this mountain. And I've been feeling it since the day I got on campus. I felt it on my interview. I felt it with some of my first phone calls that I made introducing myself. I talked to people like Carol Almond, whose jersey is retired and she's hanging in the rafters and she's so excited and bleeds black and gold, and I love that. I do want to thank the Board of Trustees and Chancellor Everts and Director of Athletics Doug Gillen for giving me this opportunity. And I also want to thank Erica Chung. She has been scrambling around like a crazy person, making sure that I'm settled and situated and I have all that I need. And one of these days, I'm going to give you back your ID card. I've been swiping it all over campus. And I want to talk about those core values too. I think I was really attracted to those. I think it's such a fit for me because I cherish those exact same things. And, I want to win. And I don't want to win just on the court. We want to put together a program that you are proud of. And first of all, we want to win in the classroom. I think that we don't want our players to just get a degree. We want you guys to get an education for life. And we want our players to be able to learn and grow throughout all their experiences at App State, and then throw all those lessons learned over your shoulder and walk into life ready, prepared, and excited to crush whatever your adventure is. We also want to win in the community. You're going to be sick of me. You're going to be sick of our staff. You're going to be sick of our players, because the only way I know how to live is to grab my knees, plug my nose, and cannonball into whatever my opportunity that's in front of me. And it takes everybody. And we need the community to come out and support us. And we're going to do all we can to serve the community of Boone and serve the community of App that gives us so much. And I'm excited to do that. And I'm excited for you all to fall in love with our women's team. Just like last night, I was at a function, and I bet 4 or 5 people told me that this was the first year that they'd ever followed and watched women's basketball. Now is the time for people to get behind it, and why not us, and why not App State? The last thing is, I want to win championships. I want to win on the basketball court. And I think some signature things that you'll see from the teams that we'll put on the court is a resilient spirit. We're going to fight, we're going to scrap, we're going to be the hardest playing team in the Sun Belt. And we're going to do it the right way. We're going to do it with passion, a smile on our face. We're going to put together a game plan to set our players up for success. Offensively, everybody always wants to know, how are you going to play on both sides of the ball? We want to be good on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Offensively, we want to share the ball. We want to move the ball. We want to lead the Sun Belt in assist. We want to take great shots, and we want to do it all with joy in our hearts. Defensively, I'm not afraid to be different. We're going to play a matchup zone that people are going to have a hard time cracking the code of. We're going to force really hard contested shots, and you're only going to get one shot because we're going to be great on the defensive glass. I also want our players to buy into their role, whatever it is. I want the community to come out because they want to see what the bench mob is doing. We're going to have our players that maybe don't get in the game. They're going to be over there invested, excited, doing crazy stuff on the sideline, and we're going to make you proud. Honestly, I'm about making memories, creating experiences. Once you get to know me, some things that you'll know that I say all the time is sometimes I'll just kick back and say, what a life. The other thing I like to say all the time is YOLO. You only live once. And I believe in making the most of every opportunity. And we'll be a program of player development. The team that you see in November won't be the team that you see in March. And one thing you'll have to know about us is as long as there's season and as long as there are games and opportunity in front of us, we're going to keep fighting to get better and to grow and learn through everything that we go through as a program. I want our players to learn how to handle hard better. I want them to learn how to get through an adverse situation and how to be more than a conqueror and to learn how to overcome hard things. All right, now, fans and community, like I already said, we need your support. I want you to become a part of our basketball family. To me, the fans and the community are a part of us, and we want you to feel like a part of our team and a part of our program. We don't want to be one of those programs where you put your hands in the middle and say family on three and you don't actually live that life. And family is not always perfect. We don't expect it to be rainbows and easy and unicorns and all the easy stuff all the time. We know it's going to be hard, but we want to land on the foundation of our family. All right, now, App State students, get ready. I need y'all to save me a seat in the student section, and I need to know where those cool black and gold overalls are because I want them and I'm ready to wear them with pride. And one thing with the App State students, we want a part of your experience at App to include memories of being at women's basketball games. We need you, we want you. We want the fourth quarter for our opponents to be really hard to make a free throw. We need to create a home court advantage. I know we've got a great elevation and we win at home and we'll continue to do that. So we want to utilize the elevation, which I'm starting to call home of the rare air. We want to use that, and we want to use our students to create that and maybe even make the administration nervous that the court is going to be stormed. So I'd love to create that environment, and we need you guys to get behind us. To the women that are here today, I had a blast in workouts the other day. I want you to know I believe in you. And I'm excited and proud to be your coach. We're going to make memories. Most of you have one last ride, and we're going to make the absolute most of it each and every day. It's not always going to be easy. It's going to mostly be hard, but we're going to have a blast doing it together. And I'm thankful to be your coach. All right, I'm a person of gratitude, so you're going to have to bear with me down the stretch here. I've got a lot of thank yous and people that I want to comment on. First of all, to everyone that came today, thank you. You guys are deep in here today. I love it. I am so excited and thankful that you all are investing in our program today. It's such a sweet, sweet day for me, but it also comes with a little bit of bitter because I'm closing the chapter to Presbyterian College, who gave me the opportunity, who believed in me, and we made history. And I do want to say to the players of PC, thank you. I love you. To Dee Nichols, our athletic director, who stuck with me, and I don't know how I would have made it through without her. I want to say thank you to her. I want to say thank you to Bob Staten, Danny Sterling, Rob Acunto for believing in me. I also want to say thank you to all the people who trusted me and hired me back in the day. Joy Lee McNellis, Brooks Storr, Bob Larson, Craig Brooks, and to my college coach and all of my former coaches, you are the reason why I coach today. I've had great role models. One of my favorite memories since I've accepted the job was calling my staff. And that's a memory that's going to be etched in my heart forever because I called them, I shared the news that I accepted the position, and their tears and their screams and their excitement was awesome, and without thinking twice, they followed me up the mountain, and I'm so thankful for them. All right, lastly, my family and my hometown. I grew up in a small hometown, Fredonia, Kansas, a few thousand people on a pig farm. Blue-collar type of community. It made me the person that I am today for sure. And I have to say to my mom and all my family, thank you. My mom, Pat, She's reminded me 19 times to file my taxes since I've been going through all of this, and I beat the buzzer, they're done. To my sisters, Alana and Alyssa, they've been great role models for me in my life, and they are sending me house and properties and all kinds of things. They've been doing all my online shopping, so hopefully I'll have a home real soon. To my stepdad, who's also a coach, he's always believed in me. And the last two people, my aunt and my uncle. My aunt reminded me that I moved 26 minutes closer to home, so that's exciting. They're excited about that. However, my uncle was the only person who showed a little bit of resistance to the move. He just learned how to spell Presbyterian, and now he has to learn how to spell Appalachian. I hope I crushed the pronunciation of that. So thank you for being here today. I want to leave you with this. 1999, that was the last time that women's basketball participated in the NCAA tournament. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to party like it's 1999. Thank you. Go App.
We will now open it up for questions. Media members, if you could please raise your hand and then state your name and affiliation.
Yeah, Hunter Boston with Appalachian Weekly News with App TV and 90.5 WASU FM. First of all, welcome to App State. We're very happy to have you here. And my first question is, you've already mentioned it. You got to meet some of the players the other day in workouts. You've seen the film. So what is your expectations for next season?
Yeah, thank you, Hunter, for that. Well, I think, first of all, we have to have standards of excellence no matter what the situation is. And I trust myself and our ability to recruit. And obviously, we have some recruiting work to do to finish out our roster. We're a little short-handed right now, but we'll take it day by day. But the expectation will be to win a championship. That will always be the expectation. And we have to set goals, and we have to dream, and we've got to create a vision for us. And no matter the situation, we'll just keep working towards the same thing every day. And we won't always look at the end goal. We'll take it day by day. And honestly, recruit by recruit, hire by hire, person by person, we'll do all of it one day at a time.
All right, I got it. I got to ask. So you and Dustin Kearns, there was a one-year overlap when you were both at Presbyterian. So I got to ask, how well did you know Coach Kearns there? And did he have any sway in having you here?
Obviously, I do know Coach Kearns. And he's a role model for me. I don't think I would have made it through that first year at PC without Coach Kearns. Him and his staff were so open. They helped me get situated. They're doing the same thing here. And I said this last night. When Coach Kearns left PC and came to App, and I started following him and started following his program, all of a sudden my social media algorithm changed to App State. So I've been seeing everything and seeing all the black and gold. And the pride that everyone has in this place is awesome, including him and his staff. And so I can't wait to work with him again. And what a role model and mentor. And we want to be just like him.
Absolutely. You have some important returners coming back next season. Of course, leading off Faith Austin, Emily Carver. What is it about those two that really impressed you, whether it was just watching film or in workouts the other day?
Yeah, I think them and several of the returners, I would have recruited them. I think that they're my style of basketball player, and they can shoot, they're skilled, and they scrap and compete and play with that resilient spirit that we're looking for.
David Rogers, High Country Sports. As a former 4-H'er, what life lessons did you learn from pig farming that you bring to the basketball court?
Well, I was a proud member of the 4-H High Prairie Pioneers, I think was my 4-H club. But I think discipline, work ethic, not afraid to get your hands dirty and get in the mix of things. The importance of family and camaraderie. When you grow up on a farm, it takes the entire family to pitch in. And I drove illegally at probably 8 years old. I've shredded a lot of bolts on a combine, and it's crazy that people put 12-year-olds behind a $100,000 piece of machinery. But I think pride in my work and creating standards and just resilience, because the crops aren't always good, and you got to just keep going and have great stick with it.
How would you define your biggest challenges in building this program now?
Well, I think the challenges are the same almost anywhere. A lot of people don't return a lot, and so there's a lot of work to do. But I'm into making the disadvantage the advantage. I think the opportunity is to be able to recruit and find exactly what we need to plug in each piece of the roster so that we can be successful as quick as we can.
David Ware, 24/7 Sports. Coach, you've talked about recruiting. Doug mentioned it as well. Obviously, you've got a unique situation coming in because you've just got to restock a roster, and this is not a time of year when recruiting is normal, let's say. But under certain circumstances where things were more normal, what would a recruiting profile look like for your program relative to high school kids, junior college options, and then the portal obviously is a new aspect of this that you've got to manage?
Well, first of all, this program is not for everybody. It's going to be for women of character, women that play really hard, and skilled basketball players that are talented. And, our non-negotiables are going to be, do you compete, do you play hard, and are you a good human that knows how to treat people right? Because we want selfless women that are going to want to put winning over their own stats. And so that's kind of the fundamental things that we will look for. But I like the idea of dabbling into each area. I'm a former junior college coach. I played junior college basketball, so we'll dabble in that ranks for sure. And obviously there's some really good players in the transfer portal that might be looking for a bigger role or a new chance and a fresh start. And I believe in the high school player too. I think getting them with less bad habits and able to develop. And I think no matter who we bring in or where they come from, we want to be inclusive, and we want to make sure that we're teaching them the values of our program and teaching them the standards of camaraderie and how we want to do things, and just making sure that we're talented. And if the shots aren't falling, can we still find a way to win on the defensive end? And that takes toughness.
You broached the style of play offensively and defensively a little bit. Could you maybe go a little bit deeper into what your persona is going to look like on the court? What's the personality that fans are going to associate with your teams?
Yeah, well, we're going to play hard. We're going to play with a ton of passion, a ton of energy from everybody, from myself, the coaching staff, and the players. I think that we'll make sure that we do a really good job of being very prepared, and we are going to look well coached, and you're going to see discipline. Offensively, we teach our kids how to play basketball. We don't run just a ton of scripted plays all the time. We want to always have an answer no matter how the defense plays us. And so we'll spend a lot of time really teaching our players how to play. And we run somewhat of a motion offense. It's way back when, kind of Bobby Knight, and created more in 2024. But I like to teach and coach in actions. So we'll figure out what our opponents aren't very good at defending, and then we'll really lean into those actions in each game. And then defensively, I talked about the matchup zone, and it's been something that's been really successful for us, and we've had great numbers on the defensive end all my years at PC. And I know a lot of people think that you can't rebound out of a zone, but we've been able to break all the school records at PC too in rebounding, playing that way. And so defensively, it's going to look different because there'll be a game plan for each and every team that we play, trying to take away their strengths and figuring out what pace of play that will help us be successful that game.
Coach Zach Smith, High Country Sports. So you're coming off of an incredible season with Presbyterian, ended with Presbyterian's first ever NCAA tournament win. What are some of the keys to having that success transfer over to App State?
Well, I think I've learned a lot in my 6 years, and I think the biggest lessons learned is that you got to create an identity and a vision for your program, and your players have to buy in every single day, and you have to continue to revisit that vision every day and making sure that they know and understand what they're playing for every day. But I think too, everything goes back to recruiting. We had really good players that were really tough, and I think one thing that I've learned about the student athletes here at App is there is some type of blue collar, scrappy, resilient spirit, and what a fit for our teams.
You touched on getting the community more involved with women's basketball here. Women's basketball across the country is coming off of one of the most important years it's ever had. What are some of the, ideas that you're bringing to App State for those fans?
Well, we want to be creative and bridge the gap somehow, some way between the Boone community and, I was in Charlotte last night. Sometimes it's hard for people to drive 2 hours up the mountain. So I think it's important to try to figure out where our biggest pockets of fan base and try to get games in those areas. And then just getting out in Boone and creating connections with the elementary schools and finding which pockets and demographics are going to be good for us to try to invite to our games and get people to fall in love with our team and just bring in players that people want to be a part of. We have to create what I call FOMO, fear of missing out. And so we've got to do a great job, and App State does a great job of marketing the women's basketball program. And so just making sure that we're marketing things that people want to come and connect with and get those dots connected.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now here comes the best part of the show. The jersey reveal.
That's awesome.
We gotta get this photo out.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Awesome.
Thanks, everybody, for coming. Go App.
Let me see that thing.
We'll frame it.
That's
It looks
cool.
a little teeny tiny.
That looks about like the gear that Erica gave me.
A
I'm
little
like,
small, but yeah, we'll get that framed.
oh, cool. Thank you so
We'll
much.
frame it that way or that way. You tell
Yeah.
us. You want with a number on the back? Name and number on the back?
Yeah.